shot stoppage. Then in the round of 16, he beat Israel's Meron Shafiev, and at the quarterfinal stage, it was another impressive victory over the man from Armenia, Bergam Harutyunyan. So we're underway then, the first final of the 23rd edition of the IBA Men's World Boxing Championships, and it's between boxers from Russia and Azerbaijan. A more compact figure operating out of the southpaw stance, just poking away with a right cross to the body, is Edmond Khudoian. Already had gone at least one better than the World Championship bronze he secured in Tashkent 2 years ago. His opponent, Subhan Mamedov, just 19 years of age, and he has been absolutely outstanding to book his place here from the round of 32. His 5th bout of the tournament. And what he's demonstrated so far is a real ability to control the distance, but Khudoian seems switching stances, just coming away from that trade-off as a southpaw now. And good use of the feet as he switches back orthodox to make these initial 1-2 combinations from Mamedov fall short. A little closer that time. Mamedov, will he have to start relying on a 2 and 3 phase attack, because the initial wave of attack is being negated by good use of the feet from Khudoian. So Khudoian just looking to launch raiding attacks through this first half of the opening round. Continuing to switch his stance in front of his man, short with the jab. He dropped down to the body there, did Mamedov, and he was altogether more accurate. Again, not sure he fully committed to that first 1-2, which is almost as though he's trying to establish his range. But in the previous bout, Mamedov has done a really good job, as he did get through with the left right to the body. He celebrates that by whooping out a little bit of a holler, walking in with the left cross, and keeping the attack going to land with a right hand to the body during that cluster. And Khudoian just looking to impose his physicality and maturity onto Mamedov. Mamedov continuing to only go in search of one phase attacks. Again, he's celebrating that left hook success to the body. His successes have been easy to score because they've been eye-catching singles or 2-shot combinations. Whereas Khudoian has launched a few more raiding attacks, just as attempted there, but his 2-shot salvo was inaccurate. Well, Khudoian with expansive gestures while he's in the pocket. Left hand gets through from Khudoian. He's inaccurate, but that right hook catches Mamedov on the disengagement. And Mamedov trying to get inside the mind of Khudoian. Mean mugging and gurning, and Khudoian just roughing him up as the bell sounds.
See a split there. I have noticed a bit of a tendency with the judging over the last 10 days, sometimes for judges to favour the fighter going forward, maybe a little bit too much for my liking. And it is a split, 3-2, Khudoian.
So moving to the second round, very little in it over the first 3 minutes. Khudoian just scored with a left jab to the body, right cross over the top came back from Mamedov. And Mamedov seeking to get on the front foot now and scores with a raking right cross when he was just on the edge of ring center seemingly, and Khudoian was near the corner. That retractable reach in evidence once again. Terrific work with the right cross from Mamedov, and now Khudoian trying to creep his way forwards as a southpaw. Scores with a good left hand to the body, but there's a really strong right cross, landed with a bent elbow, kept the shot going to cause Khudoian to totter backwards. Good work to the body once again from Khudoian. Dipping down low is Khudoian, but he couldn't evade that left right that came in his direction. And he's a really gregarious boxer up in the ring as the teenager. He enjoys his craft up there, just raising the elbows to fend off the incoming fire from Khudoian. And again, he's increasing the disparity in height, is Khudoian, so that there's very little to hit. When he's coming in with his forward forays, he's dipping down. Championships in particular, good right hand over the top from Khudoian. And another one, just causing Mamedov to become a little bit disorganized. But the referees have been really hot on the instruction of head up. But so far, Khudoian is dipping down to increase that difference in height between the two that already exists in a bid to reduce his target area, but he hasn't been spoken to about it. Beyond the halfway stage of the second round, Khudoian willingly retreating to the ropes here, looking to lure his man into a trap. And there he launches a sneaky right hand off the rope, skids across them, clockwise to his left, now moving counterclockwise to his right. Good movement and space of the ring being used effectively by Khudoian. Nice movements at the head, and then look at that, slipping, sliding, bobbing and weaving on the ropes before scoring with a body shot. And Khudoian putting his points across to the officials in no uncertain terms, but that's a veteran's move for my money. Good left hook to the body from Khudoian, reciprocated by Mamedov, but Khudoian is clamping his arms to the side of the torso of Mamedov and saying to the referee, look, he's holding me. And on that occasion, it was Mamedov who received the talking to. So rather untidy, but there's the same move again. Both boxers are keen to show the ref that it's not them doing the holding. And what Khudoian does when he employs that move is he just jumps on his tiptoes when he's about to disengage, as if to say, well, look, I'm being stopped from moving here. Sneaky left hook landed, but then a strong conclusion to the round with a flurry of punches from Khudoian.
It's a good fight. Has got a 2-point lead with one judge, and we've got two other cards teed up at 19 apiece, and it's about those two cards really now. You can't imagine a 10-8 here.
So a warm embrace to begin the third and final round of a contest that is in the balance. The mouthpiece has been dislodged, and I think it's Khudoian on his exhalation, snaking that jab on an upward trajectory, finding a... And again, he's back on that front foot in search of that jab, applying pressure with Mamedov near the ropes. Mamedov swinging freely to try and get out of that confined position, and now it's his turn to drive Khudoian backwards across the ring, and he raises both arms to the early evening sky here in Dubai, as if to say, okay, let's do this, let's light it up for the fans in attendance at the Dubai Duty-Free Tennis Arena. 30 seconds and change gone in the third and final round, where we have two scores tied of 19 points apiece. Two in 2018 in favor of Mamedov, the other 2018 in favor of Khudoian. So those two tied scores are going to determine the outcome of this contest. As Khudoian lands with a good right hand lead, he tries for a left hand upstairs and is countered by a left hook to the body. So a minute gone in the third and final round. It's slight advantage Khudoian, as Khudoian retreats to the ropes once again, inviting pressure from Mamedov, but Mamedov not running in recklessly and blind. Well, after a brisk start to the opening round, we just had the action punctuated by a few clinches, and on the resumption it's a quick start out of the blocks from Khudoian and a real untidy tangle, sending Mamedov tumbling to the canvas. Oh, beautiful left uppercut, and again he's celebrating that shot, but he's countered by a right hand over the top as he landed a right hand of his own, and he's pot-shotting effectively here now. That's a wonderful counter right cross from Mamedov, and he is really warming to his task. He's caught by a leaping left hook there. The following leaping right hook from Khudoian was off the mark. Turned southpaw now has Mamedov, and that's not something we've seen often in the course of the tournament. Now he's back in his orthodox stance. Good left hook to the body slung in by the man in red, and he's looking for that same shot once again, but he really is embellishing and celebrating his successes here now with every one that he lands, holding and hitting with the right uppercut and then bringing a left hook into play and hitting on the break from Khudoian, who re-enters the fray as a southpaw. Tries a leaping left hook but couldn't quite find the range. Slapping check left hook off the back foot from Mamedov, and the teenager, he's the one showing the veteran savvy to kill the clock and just let it run down, because he don't know. Oh, that's a wonderful right uppercut. The left hook that followed from Mamedov wasn't too far away, and again there's that same move from Khudoian. I shouldn't be chuckling, but from the backside, which a referee isn't privy to seeing, I can see precisely what he's doing. 10-second clapper has sounded. Coming swarming forwards is Khudoian, and the two men end chest to chest, forcing the intervention of the ref. Khudoian tries to get in another couple of to be a split, but if it goes to 3-2, then bout review will have been implemented.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this contest and now IBA World Champion. In the blue corner, representing
Subhan Mamedov
Subhan
lets out a battle cry of delight at having been declared a split decision victor over the top age group ranks in his first appearance at a senior world championships. He has won 5 contests out of 5, and that is why he's being presented with that precious championship gold medal, the championship belt from the IBA, and the life-changing $300,000 first prize check that will be split 50% for the boxer, 25% for the coach, and 25% for the federation. A wonderful run through the tournament, and Subhan Mamedov is the IBA world champion at 48 kilogram minimum weight.
Really good performance from him. Interestingly, that did go to bout review because those two drawn cards were split 1 apiece. We went to the extra scores.